Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for How to Get Away with Murder. All right, you guys, season 3, episode 7, right? And it was titled, Is Somebody Else Dead? And I couldn't figure out why it was titled that. Is it somebody else dead? I mean, I guess. I don't know. So, happy Friday, you guys. It's Friday, October 28th. I'm off today, hence the fact maybe my video will be up earlier than usual, since I'm off today. And I'm sad, even though I'm smiling. I went and took a test today and I didn't do good, and I'm so sad about that. Like, I don't know why when I don't do good on stuff, I don't like it. Even if it's not like a life or death thing or whatever, I still, So I just felt sad. And then, I don't know. I went to this place and then I couldn't find parking, so I was kind of flustered with that. And then when I finally found parking, I had to rush into the place I was taking the test. And so I think I was a little flustered, not to make excuses, but number one, I was flustered. And number two, I think I was just kind of unprepared, which is so unlike me because I'm usually so prepared for everything, overly prepared. So I just feel kind of sad, but, my mom was like, oh, maybe it just wasn't for you, so whatever. So I'm kind of just dealing with that, but I'm happy to be off, so maybe I'll go home, relax, catch up on some movies. I wanted to watch Birth of a Nation and 13, and I need to catch up on my lip sync battle. Y'all watch that? That show was fun. It's a good show. I didn't think it was going to do good, or I didn't even think I was going to like it, but I like it. And yeah, just probably catch up on some shows that I don't review and some YouTube videos. So I'm excited. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Tomorrow's my little sister's birthday, so we're probably going to have nachos or something. She's turning 12, so. And it's so funny. My mama's trying to push a jumper on that girl. I'm like, Mama, she 12. Like, I mean, no shade to people, 12-year-olds who still like jumpers. But I'm like, Mama, she don't want no balloons and no jumper. And she's like, well, I'm still getting balloons. My mom loves to decorate. Like, she decorates for, like, no reason. Like, we'll all go kick it. Just, like, oh, it's Friday. Let's go kick it. She'll buy tablecloths and streamers. And we'd be like, we 30 and 20 and... But yeah, anyway, I didn't talk for like 2 minutes. I think I kind of got nervous. 2 sheriffs was just parked right there, and I was like, what the heck are they doing? The block is hot. But they knocked on the neighbor's door and they were like, bench warrant. So I never heard. No, search warrant. I actually never seen anybody come to somebody's house with a search warrant before, so that was interesting. But they probably didn't answer. But I thought when you got a search warrant, you could like just bust in. So I wonder why they didn't just bust it. Well, not that I want them to do that to those people. I don't really know them, but I mean, they black, so hey, I don't want them to do that to them. But yeah, I guess they was just knocking and then nothing happened. So I wonder what that's about. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get into how to get away with murder. And it's funny, now that I did all that ranting, unlike what I normally do, take notes, I didn't do that today. So let's just go off the dome, you guys. Okay, so Wes, Laurel, and what's the blonde hair? Bonnie and Annalise are at the house, and Annalise was like, oh, Bonnie, what, you spread your legs for Frank? Is that why you went to go see him? And I'm like, dang, at the end of the day, even though that was shady, it was the truth that they did have sex. And then she said, finally spread your legs. So boom. Well, not that they probably would have told Annalise the first time, but remember, a lot of people was wondering if they had ever had sex before or whatever. That was stupid, sorry. I just saw that. It was in my hand. Yeah, so maybe they never had sex before. I'm nosy, y'all. I'm like, dang, is that who they was looking for? He came out now that they gone? I never seen him before. Oh, no, he's a locksmith. Oh, but why they need a locksmith? So did they break down the door? Okay, I'm nosy, y'all. I'm in the hood. Usually I'm in a nice, quaint city of Torrance under a nice tree with nothing around. No distractions. Well, maybe we'll have maybe an ambulance here and there for the old folks home that's over there. But yeah, now that I'm in the hood on Figueroa. Y'all can look up Figueroa. Y'all know it's the hood street. It's like where the Hostro be. Now it's going down. We got locksmiths. We got sheriffs serving what I say it was, a bench warrant or search warrant or whatever. Crackhead in the alley picking up cans. She the homie though. She cool. So anyway, and it was so funny. I'm so sidetracked, y'all. I'm so discombobulated today, but it was funny because my husband, I don't know what he was doing. Like I said, I told y'all he walk a lot, even though we got 2 cars and I don't walk anywhere, but he'll walk like 3 or 4 blocks to the store. So I guess he was walking the other day to the store. He said he saw the crackhead lady, and she was like, "Hey, ain't you from such and such street?" And he was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Hey, how you doing?" He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And he was like, that's the second time that it happened to him from I hate calling people crackheads, but I mean, I don't know. That's the second time someone who is deemed a crackhead said that to him. A different one. This is the second one. Because he was like, "Hey, why all the old crackhead ladies know my name or know who I am?" I was like, because the first one loved him, y'all. Like, I wasn't gonna never fight no crackhead, y'all, but the first one, she tried to get at him, and he was like, "Oh, I'm happily married for 6 years." Y'all, this was, well, clearly that was 2 years ago. But, and every time she seen me, she was like, "Girl, your husband love you." Speaking of the devil, look at this. Hey, boo! Not just kidding. What's that girl? Uh-huh. She not fat. Oh. They came to serve her or him? Hers? To get him to do what? To get him to do what? Oh. Oh. All right. I see you in a second. That was my husband, y'all. Anyway, he was trying to tell me the little tease, but it's so funny. He's saying it right here. We like really literally right in front of there. Well, we're like diagonally. All right. How to get away with murder. So boom. Annalise banging on Bonnie like, "Oh, you know, betrayed me. You went to go see Frank." She was like, "The only reason I went to go see him is so to get you this." So she played a tape. So apparently she was recording when Frank was like, "Yes, I killed Mahoney and I brought Wes just so Annalise, you know, wouldn't come after me." And so even though that was a cool confession, Annalise was like, "We can't use this in court because, you know, then he'll trade on us all the stuff we did." So she locked it in her drawer or whatever. And Annalise, to be honest, she was kind of being a little stank to me. Like, you know, just throughout the whole this episode, I just feel like she was a little bit more stank than necessary to Bonnie. Like, you know, just saying, "Oh, so did you come back because you wanted to come back or because Frank didn't want you?" Now, in her defense, everything she said was true. But I'm like, dang, you know Bonnie got issues. Like, why are you so mean to her? And then number 2, like, I mean, I don't know. And even when Bonnie was like, "Oh, because I love you," like, she didn't even say "I love you" back or at least give her a hug. So, I don't know. But I just didn't really like how Annalise was treating Bonnie. But hey, Bonnie, you did bring it on yourself. You have no reason to be under this lady's thumb no more. She helped you. I'm pretty sure all the stuff you done paid her back by now. So, girl, go ahead. Anyway, I'm not just gonna go in order. I'm gonna just go through the stuff as I remember. Wes tried to break up with Maggie because Maggie was like, "Oh my gosh, you know, the police are looking for you. Why you didn't tell me? Somebody got shot. We tell each other everything. Let me call my aunt. She's a lawyer." And he's like, "Maggie, please stop. I think we should break up because this is too much for you. I don't want to bring it on to you." And Maggie was like, "You're just pushing me away because it's a tight spot. Like, no, let's stay together or whatever." So, I don't know. I can't remember. Did they break up or did they stay together? But I know he tried to push her away and then she was saying no. But I think eventually Wes was like, "Just please leave." So, I don't know how I feel about that. I was happy to see Wes with a sister, but at the same time, if he is gonna lie to her, then I don't want to see that. And then, you know, him and Laurel did kiss. Oh, and they had sex, y'all. So Wes and Laurel had sex. Oh my goodness, is this Wes baby or is this Frank baby? We don't know, because, you know, who knows? So she could be pregnant already and not know, or I don't know. So we'll see, you guys. This is gonna be interesting. So the sex scene was kind of cool. Like everybody was having sex at the same time, right? It was like Wes and Laurel having sex, and then Asher and Michaela having sex. And wasn't somebody else having sex? So I thought it was cool how they was going back and forth between the sex scenes. I don't know why I always like stuff like that. Like when I say that, I mean not the sex per se, but I mean like when they showing two different groups of people doing the same thing. I don't know. That was always like a little imagery that I like in movies and shows for some reason. So as far as Asher and Michaela, you guys, I don't know. I like them as a couple. I don't know why. I really like Asher and Michaela as a couple. And, you know, Asher keep pressing. Oh, I want a girlfriend. I want a girlfriend. You say you my girl. Say you my girl. And she was like, why you keep pressing? I'm not sure I want to let you in. And he was like, oh, you still think I'm just sex? You need to admit that we're more. And she was like, let's just break up or whatever. And he was like, no. But then Connor kind of interrupted, so he just kind of was like, all right, it's over. So he left. Asher left. So he was going on dates with other girls or online, or at least pretending like he was to make Michaela jealous, but she was acting like she didn't really care or whatever. So finally he just came over and was like, you know, I want to be with you, and got her to admit, I like you. So she finally was like, okay, I like you. So I guess that turned him on, and they had sex. So he had her saying, I like you during sex. It was kind of cute. I was here for it. So that was that, you guys. Frank, y'all. Laurel called Frank like, oh, you turned us in. You turned Wes in or whatever. That's the kind of guy you are. You know, whatever. So Frank is just listening, y'all. So he don't want them to think that he did anything. So the gun that he used to shoot Mahoney, he planted it in Mahoney's son's car. So now Mahoney's son is arrested for his murder. And I feel sad for Mahoney's son. We don't know him. I mean, we met him back in the day, and even back in the day, he was a little bit of a rich, you know, spoiled little asshole. So I'm not on his side, but y'all, I just don't like when anybody goes to jail for stuff that they didn't do, you know? So, you know, he in jail now. And that's the same kid who Annalise got off in the first place. That's how she even met Mahoney, was because she was hired to get her son off. She got the son off. But now here it is, 20 years later? And maybe not 20, but, you know, at least 10 years later. And now he going to jail for something related to her, kind of, too. So that's pretty interesting, y'all. So Annalise rolling, you know, to her car. Guess who roll up? Hey, Nate. He was like, get in. I was like, she got in. And he told her like, oh, the police are looking for Nate. You need to, Wes, don't hide him. You know, she was like, thank you for the heads up. And then he also said, sorry, y'all. He also was like, me and old girl are dating. Me and the DA are dating. They said her name and I forgot it again. And she was like, thank you for letting me know. So she got out the car. And you could tell when she got out the car, it affected her. And it also probably put the 2 on the 10, because Annalise did a case earlier, and then the DA came in like, yeah, when I heard you was on this case, I had to come take this case. So that kind of explains it, like, oh, that DA lady know that, the assistant DA know that Annalise and Nate messed together. So she just kind of like messing with her in her face or whatever. And I'm not here for old girl, but hey, Annalise, you did call him a bitch. So, hey, you know, you can't be mad that he moved on, because technically you never even said sorry. Speaking of that case, there is a young woman. She is in the Army Reserves, and she killed a man at a club. She slit a man's throat at the club, but he survived. I guess there's nothing I can do about that. So they trying to get Annalise, and the team is trying to get her off. So Drake, the one who did the flyer, he came up with the best defense. He was like, let's just say it's post-traumatic stress syndrome. She had got yanked up before, and now she had got yanked up at the club by old boy being too aggressive, and she had a flashback and she cut him. She'll get to keep, she'll get out of jail, and she'll get to keep her pension, because if she say like, oh, I was drunk, or oh, I had substance abuse, she won't keep her pension or whatever. So that was how they were gonna go at it or whatever. But then Michaela found out that old girl was lying. That never happened to her. So she lying. So she did just slice old boy neck out of nowhere. So Annalise went and told the lawyer, like, hey, old girl was lying. My client is lying. I could have kept it from y'all, but y'all made me sign this contract that I was gonna do everything by the book, and this is me doing it by the book. So hey, she lying, she did something wrong. How about you just offer her a deal and we'll do it? So old girl ended up getting a deal. She didn't go to jail, but she did lose her pension because she lied on stand, and just because she had to admit she had some type of abuse problem. Or else if she would have just said, hey, I just killed him out of nowhere, then she would have went to jail or whatever. So old girl went to jail. And I don't know how I feel about that, y'all. Like, I don't know. Stuff like that happens, and I don't know. Should somebody like that go to jail? Let's take out the fact that she was in the army. If you have an episode and somebody brush up you on the club and you tell them no, and just I mean, you could sock them. You don't have to slit them across the chest, or you could just knee them in the nuts and run or something. But so you don't have to slash them. But come on, sometimes things get hectic. So what does happen in that situation? Should you go to jail? I mean, if I was the guy who got cut, I would feel like, hey, I was just trying to get at her. Like, yeah, man, I may have been aggressive, but hey, I didn't do anything. Like, I wasn't trying to rape her in the club on the middle of the dance floor. So hey, I don't think I deserve my neck slashed. So if I was the victim, I guess I would feel, hey, the person deserved to go to jail. But like her, she was like, I'm not a killer. I don't go around killing people. I'm nice. I got a job. Like, so I don't know. It kind of reminded me of Snapped. Like, hey, sometimes you just snap out of nowhere or whatever. But hey, since that little PTSD story didn't happen, what made her snap like that? But whatever. She was really a non-factor. That was just the case of the week. Did y'all see when Connor was wearing Michaela's robe? I thought it was kind of cute at first. But then, after she had sex with Asher, she put on the same robe. I was kind of like, like his penis juice and then your coochie juice, because you just had sex. Like, do y'all got underwear on, or did y'all wash it? And then, so when Michaela mama was there earlier and Michaela found out about Annalise's house burning down, she ran to go find Asher, y'all. Her mama was like, what you want me to do? And she was like, stay right here and don't steal nothing. I was like, dang, I know that ain't her. Well, I don't know if that's her real mama or her adopted mama, but don't steal nothing? That was kind of harsh. It's going down. I don't know what's going down, y'all, but there's a whole bunch of cars, full of regular cars now, ladies, and they talking. So I don't know what the whole Warren thing was about. And my husband was just telling me the story. I didn't really catch what he was saying. I wanted to know, but at the same time, I feel like we so close to their house, like we shouldn't be saying everything. So that's why I kind of was listening to him, but I didn't catch what he was saying. And he's a real people person, and so some of these people, he know their names, he know their faces. That's why when he was like, I don't know who he was talking about when he said the fat girl. He should have said that, huh? He's like, the girl with the glasses and then the fat girl. And I was like, no, I don't know who you're talking about. He's like, she was right there. And I did see a girl, but she wasn't fat to me. But everybody's standard of fat is different. So I don't know who he's talking about. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. But clearly something is going on. But yeah, so How to Get Away with Murder, you guys. It was a good episode. So just a flashback scene. Michaela was so shocked. So she went to Asher's door to try to find him. She was knocking and he wasn't there. So then, she looking around, people partying, throwing up, doing drugs, just dorm life. Well, my dorm life wasn't nothing like that. It looked like it was going down. But when I stayed at the dorms, it was actually apartments. I went to Cal State Dominguez Hills, and their dorms are pretty nice. It's like their apartments, basically. So I had a 2-bedroom apartment, and My first year was like 2 people in one room, 2 people in another room. We had a full living room, full kitchen, stove, refrigerator, everything. So it was more like apartment style, but I guess you still get that roommate feel because you thrown in with people you don't know. Well, 3 of my friends, we actually requested to live together. It didn't turn out too great, but you know, I did get the dorm life experience or whatever, but it's a little bit different from these dorms, those type of dorms where it's just like a hallway and it's a bunch of rooms and like the bathroom at the end of the hall and stuff like that. I never been in that type of dorm. So Asher was finally, she found him like in a little rec room or general area doing karaoke, being crazy as usual. And it was so cute. She was like, oh my gosh, Asher, I thought you were dead. So they do love each other, but she had to break the news. So Michaela told Asher like, oh my gosh, Annalise's house burned down and somebody is dead. And then he was like, is somebody really dead? So maybe that's where the title came from, because that was the last word, is somebody really dead or whatever. But so maybe that's where the title of the episode came from. So we got one more person, you guys. Now we know it's not Asher. And then Michaela's asking her, where's Connor? The last time you saw you were with Connor. And Asher was like, Annalise called us all over to her house while you were with your mama or whatever. So she was like, what? So now we find out there was some top secret meeting without Michaela. So I guess we're going to find out what that meeting was about. So that means it's possible. So we got, it could be Wes, it could be Connor, it could be Nate, it could be Frank, or it could be somebody. It's 3 weeks away, y'all. Y'all know they get a case every week. So it could be somebody in a case, from the case that end up being pivotal. Or what about Drake? The guy who did, is his name Drake? I keep saying Drake, but every time I watch somebody reviews, nobody refer to him as Drake, or they don't remember his name. I don't know where I got Drake from. Drake, the guy who did the Killer Annalise photos. To me, his name is Drake. If I'm wrong, tell me. But it could be Drake, because he in the crew now. He not in the crew, but he done won first chair twice. He be talking to them sometime. So I don't know. That could be that. So it was a real good episode. Annalise had to sign a contract saying that she gonna get her job back, but she has to go to AA 3 times a week. She has to submit to random alcohol tests, and she can't use her tactics. I'm sorry, I wasn't here for that deal. I didn't like it, and maybe because it was coming from I'm just saying, maybe just because it was coming from like a little, I don't know. Just maybe it was coming because it was coming from who it was coming from. I just didn't like the way she was coming at Annalise. And 3 times a week, that's a lot. Maybe twice a week. And I'm just not down for random drug tests. But hey, if you got a problem, I guess you need it, right? But really, forget about that. All right, Annalise do got a problem. So hey, she could use some AA. All right, AA random drinking test, fine. But what I wasn't here for, like, oh, you can't do your antics, your courtroom antics, you badgering the witness and da-da-da-da. She's a lawyer. That's how you win cases. Like, as long as she's not breaking the law, I don't feel it's fair that people should dictate how you do stuff. Especially, like, us women of color, we're known as being stern or being forceful or not being gentle sometimes. And just because that's not your style doesn't mean that's the wrong way of doing it. I just feel like if the job requires you to get something done, you get it done by any means necessary. So it don't matter if you do it nicely, you should do everything nicely. But what I'm saying is, like, they shouldn't micromanage the tactics as long as she's following the law. Pressing hard, intimidating witnesses, isn't that what it's all about? Like, so I just wasn't here for all of those stipulations. Like, I don't think that that's fair. But hey, everybody else seemed to, so that's the deal. So, and then when Annalise was witnessing, or she was a lawyer for old girl who had killed the man at the club, she was kind of using her tactics. And even the judge was like, don't I need to remind you can't use those tactics no more? And of course, assistant DA who's sleeping with her man, Nate, objection, your honor, she's badgering the witness, objection, that's speculation, objection. But hey, in her defense, she is a lawyer too, so she doing her job too, so I get it. But we all team Annalise. Anyway, it's going down. I think I'm about to go in the house, you guys. How to Get Away with Murder. It was great. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what was your favorite part. I don't know why I feel like it's something that I was missing, but I don't know. But we got it. Wes didn't turn himself in after all, since Frank framed Maloney's son. But after Wes and Laurel had sex, she woke up and Wes was gone. At first I was gonna be like, that is messed up. But come to find out, he was just in the living room on the floor watching the news about what happened or whatever. So I'm excited to see who Laurel is pregnant by. And you know what, you guys? I don't know why, but I want it to be Frank over Wes. I do. I'm really not here for Wes and Laurel together. So we'll see, you guys. Like I said, it is Friday. So enjoy your weekend. My morning definitely got a little bumpy start. And I was a little sad about that. But I'm going to just try to pick up the pieces and just kind of enjoy the rest of my day. So I hope you guys do the same. So you know what's up. Give me the thumbs up on this video. And go ahead and check me out on Twitter at TammyB_. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Bye.